We came from brothers and sisters to niggas and bitches. So-called black people were the soul of America. And we sold our soul to the devil for money and fame. And now we're going broke. But one thing they can't take is our spirit. Because our spirit is God. We were once rich in spirit and poor in materialism. But now we are poor in spirit and addicted to materialism. We were taught that money is the root of all evil. Then later, we were tricked into believing that money was the solution to all of our problems.
But if you don't think money can buy happiness, you don't know where to fucking shop. You can get money and then go save the world. You can get money and save the forests in Brazil. You make money and go save global warming, which I don't believe in. And save the kids in Biafra and all that shit. But without money, you can't save a fucking thing. Don't you understand? Don't the fucking idiots on YouTube understand that? Until you make some shekels. Until you make some fucking coin. You can't help anybody.
$5, $10, $15, $20, $25,000, you can transition out of the street life. For $5,000, you can set up a goddamn snow cone stand. You know, for $10,000, you can set up a nice storefront. For 15 or 20, you can get you a small walk-in, walk-out subway. But what you don't have to do is stay trapped in the cycle of making money, going to the club, buying cloudy jewelry, buying used premium cars, trying to impress other men by having candles on your bottles. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? There is an alternative. You can hire an accountant to teach you what to do with your money. You can hire a lawyer to teach you how to shift your money. You can make sure your girl has good credit so she can actually get a building in her name. But you do not have to continue the current bullshit that you're doing. You just don't.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we don't need money and all that. You feel me? Because, you know, this is the system we in. But we sold out, man. Sold our souls. Our souls are lost. But the spirit within is still God. And the spirit within hears us cry out. If you listen close, you'll hear the spirit within you or through others.
Though I'm eternally grateful to Jay-Z, we're so elated we celebrated like Obama waited until his last day in office to tell the nation brothers is getting their reparations. Hey, a man can dream, can he? No disrespect in terms of change, I haven't seen any. Maybe he had good intentions but was stifled by the system and was sad to learn he actually couldn't bring any. That's what I get for thinking this world is fair. They let a brother steer the ship and never told him that the ship was sinking. But I got other to think about, like my bank account. Forget that watch, you paid too much for it. You ought to be ashamed when brothers back home be dreaded when the seasons change. Cause they ain't got no heat and they ain't got no AC. Walmart distribution fired my homie, he just had a baby. You wonder why it's been so many B&Es lately, while brothers from the hood shooting like this is TNT lately. And since all the ballers leaving college early, I turn on the TV and don't see no brothers with degrees lately. Are we all alone, fighting on our own?
When we were called brothers and sisters, our faith in God was strong. And we were rich in spirit. We were called Negro or Black. We began to gain knowledge of self and discovered that the original man was black. So-called blacks, Negroes, and other dark-skinned people were called Aboriginal. We were once united as black people, but now we are divided.
Malcolm X revealed some very vital, unconventional details on what Negroes, or rather African Americans, were truly considered to be as a nationality of race prior to being called or labeled a Negro.
Aborigine, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white aborigine. Aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine.
Malcolm X stated that the rock landed on us after he returned across the waters because he learned new things. He learned that the rock had truly landed on us and that we were from these lands. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also stated in his I Have a Dream speech that we are held in exile in our own homeland.
The Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land.
Now, if you so-called black and you believe you came from Africa, Israel, Kemet, America, even Atlantis, or wherever, it's your God-given right to believe whatever you want to believe. But one thing that our so-called black brothers and sisters of old had in common was a sense of morality, which they instilled within their children. We don't like to admit it, but a majority of our morality came from the Bible and the teachings of Jesus Christ.
Joe?
Come on now.
Whatever you want.
Joe don't want nothing, okay?
Come on. I'm pretty. Don't you like me, Joe?
Yeah, I like you a whole bunch. You're real pretty. Now leave me alone.
Then you could take me to your room and...
What the hell's wrong with you, man? You think you can say anything to anybody?
Don't you like me?
Yeah, I like you. But I don't mean I want to go to bed with you because I like you.
Why not?
You think everybody that likes you goes to bed with you?
Yeah, they do.
Well, that's sick. Jesus Christ, you got to... I don't care about most men. I'm not most men. You can like people, you have to make it up to them, but you care nothing about yourself?
I just thought that you...
I don't care what you thought.
But every other time, when I ask somebody, they're
wrong.
But
you're wrong. God.
Please tell me I was Perry.
I'm not going to tell nobody. Just don't do it no more. You're a kid, man. Do something with your life. Look.
Nowadays, people attack Christ or Jesus. And, you can say what you want about, Christ or Christians. But there's a moral lesson within this faith. And these moral lessons helped us to create moral codes which protected our women and children. Nowadays we do not honor these codes, and we wonder why our women and children are victimized.
Principle, the foundation of integrity. When I drop my daughter off every day, I drill her. Every day at school, when I take her to school, we have a little combo we have before she got the car. She gets sick around her script from me, but I pound it in her head. What is integrity? Integrity doing the right thing when nobody's looking. All right. Are you a leader or a follower? I'm a leader. What's the difference? Think for myself. All right. Do you have confidence? Yes. What's confidence? Believe in myself. That's our script every morning. And it seemed basic, but I want her to get older and look back on the things that I thought was important. You know what I mean? Like my dad always put into me integrity, confidence, and being a leader.
I put my right hand in God.
Thank you, Nipsey. Thank you, Nipsey.
Do you feel that, okay, I could take a little longer vacation than usual?
I mean, I read something that gave me a perspective on that. It's like this whole thing, we look at life like it's about what you can get from life. And I think, I read something, I was like, that's not what it is. You're going to always be unfulfilled if you look at life like that. It's about knowing you're going to leave one day. And, when you leave, the only way you're going to be fulfilled is if you gave everything you had.
Really, though?
And you emptied yourself here. And you left it all here because it's temporary and you got a moment, Right. So I think that for me, it's like, I got kids. I got a daughter and a son.
Right.
So, you got to factor in your kids. You can't just all the way commit yourself to your cause.
Right.
You gotta make sure that you're there for your kids. But outside of that, I want to be in this thing until I'm out of energy, till I don't have nothing left to contribute.
I went through my emails yesterday and I found the original email requesting to me to set up a meeting with the chief. Our goal is to work with the department to help improve communication, relationships, and work towards changing the culture and dialogue between LAPD and the inner city. We want to hear about your new programs and your goals for the department, as well as how we can help stop gang violence and help you help kids. It was set up for yesterday, and the chief called me on Sunday and told me, this was 15 minutes after, that Nipsey Hussle had been assassinated.
Third generation South Central gangbangers. I lived long enough to see it change. Think it's time we make it rain.
Now, what they should have done is after the funeral, they should have drove the motherfucker and put him in the ground before he starts stinking up the place.
Wow.
Stink when they're alive. I can only imagine what they smell like when they're dead.
In LA, thousands lined the streets to say goodbye to rapper Nipsey Hussle.
We unified out here, baby.
Now, this Dear artist recently released a song called FDT. F Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump.
Okay, now that's a very creative refrain.
Very catchy.
Very catchy.
Irving Berlin, look out.
Is it? It all began and ended with Irving Berlin for you, didn't it?
Yeah.
So the refrain, the chorus, it goes on and on. Is that related to the lowest unemployment ever, basically, for African Americans?
But now, for those who might not remember, this is 70s. Come on down.
Wasn't he on Hollywood Squares?
Nipsey Hussle.
I put my right hand in Jesus, fly like an eagle, fight with these demons, shine light on my people.
Nigga be living, you'll pass right by his merch table. Nigga be living, you'll pass right by his merch table and won't buy a t-shirt. But let him die and have that R.I.P. face on that motherfucker. You know why? Because you won't be seen wearing that motherfucker. You want motherfuckers to see you wearing that motherfucker. You trying to get support off his death. But you wouldn't support him while he was here. Nigga. Bitch.
You literally will be like, nah, I can't, yo, bro. It's gonna look like I'm dick riding. You just want me to keep posting you? In fact, yes, nigga, because you're my friend. You're supposed to do it. So for everyone who thinks I was dick riding any artist I was around, I was supporting my friend. Almost every single artist I fucked with has been in my crib, has been around my team, has been around my family, have been around shit. So they become my family when we're working together. Y'all just want to trick everybody. Yo, don't dick ride, dick ride, dick ride. Shut the fuck up. Like, you niggas don't know shit. Y'all just such haters and so mad. Yo, most of the people that I look at that be like, I'm dick riding, have their own mans that have their own artists or some brand that they eventually DM me and I didn't respond for whatever reason, and then I'm a dick rider because I'm supporting someone else. There's a dick rider on YouTube who continues to make videos about me, dick rider, and I never answer him because he's dick riding me because I don't know him.
So, you know, shout out to Nipsey, Tupac, all the other brothers who, you know, be dropping the knowledge, you know, on unity and educating our people. But, you know, the message is mixed with money. So it's like business is not personal. We have to separate business from, you know, the movement. We have to separate money from, you know, genuine love and support. You feel me? Like, you can support financially and all that, but that's not what I'm talking about. Just like we have to separate the music business from keeping it real, like it's entertainment. You feel me? You know, but this is why we're so confused, is because we mixing business and finances with the fight for our people, or, you know, freedom. So we just gotta, you know, we gotta do better, man. It's a learning process, trial and error. You feel me? We're not perfect. But, you know, all my Christians and all that, keep the faith. Don't let nobody deter you. And all my, you know, aboriginals or whatever you want to call yourself, if you believe that you from here, you know, do your research, study your family, compare it with the history we told. And, you know, I don't have nothing against nobody else, but I'm just speaking from, you know, my perspective. Peace.